for Fresno, that's been a market where we've had great shows, and I want to come back to Fresno. We had a great event there earlier, brought Dynamite and Rampage there, and I want to come back. It's a great city, and it's been great for us live events, and we have a great TV audience there on TBS and TNT too.
All right, we're set for questions for air later. So here with Tony Khan. You mentioned Fresno. You were here about 1 year ago in January 2023. And one thing I noticed with your arena booking is that you guys always kind of set up for about 5,000 or so. But at least in Fresno and other markets, you kind of go for the big, NBA-sized arena when there's another smaller arena in town that, for what you're setting up for would make more sense. Is that something you guys consciously do?
Well, it's a good thought. I mean, it depends on the market and the time. I think like a lot of times those arenas have a lot of big advantages, like email lists and marketing, and they're like a destination venue for shows. So it depends, but I think that's a great arena in particular, and I think it just depends on the market and the timing. But certainly, the bigger arenas do have a lot of advantages, and they have a lot of sales contacts and really good marketing resources.
So even if you don't utilize the entire arena, it still makes up for it and the other advantages?
Well, it depends. I mean, I think they have a better chance of outreaching to certain customers than other venues in some cases.
Right. Any return to Fresno set?
I don't have it specifically set up, but I would love to get back there soon. I think it would be a good destination. We did well there. I think it would make sense to go back soon.
So what metrics do you use to measure the success of AEW? People can always complain, they only sold this many tickets, or your ratings are, I guess, not what other people expected. What metrics do you use to determine whether you're successful or not?
I think our ratings are tremendous, and we were we've beaten the NBA on Wednesday night 3 out of the last 4 weeks. That's pretty good for a league that's been around for less than 5 years. The NBA is a very established league, and ESPN is a very established network. So to premiere AEW, a league that's been around for less than 5 years, and beat the NBA straight up several weeks in a row, is pretty powerful. Our ratings are really strong, and we set the world attendance record for pro wrestling last year with a show we did, AEW All In London. We just had a great crowd in Phoenix this past week for Dynamite, so we're doing really well right now. And in particular, the show in Phoenix I thought was one of the best shows we've ever done. We crowned a new World Tag Team Champions with Sting and Darby Allin winning the Tag Team Championship, and have Sting, somebody that retired from wrestling. To me, that's a great success to have not only a great show, but show this week. Again, when you look at this week, the top 3 shows on cable was the NBA doubleheader on ESPN and AEW on Wednesday nights. So we built a great tradition, and I think, Collision, we saw really built a much higher audience than the programming on TNT last weekend. So we've done a lot of really good things in the ratings and the attendance, and I think the most important metrics are keeping our TV networks happy and the fans, because the fans, most of all, their opinion is what matters. The fans are the ultimate compass in pro wrestling.
And where are your media rights at? I mean, we've just seen media rights not only just for pro wrestling, but for all sports just seeming in flux. Some of them are going up a lot. But where is AEW's media rights? How are the negotiations going?
It's going great. We're up at the end of 2024, and we're going to be in very good position. I think it's a really exciting time for the wrestling business, and with a company like AEW that's done the kind of ratings we have, we're going to be in great position. We have a great relationship with Warner Brothers Discovery. It's been a great partner. We expanded recently from 3 hours of programming across TBS and TNT to 5 hours, and that's going really well. And we have a great partnership set with them, and I think it'll be very exciting next year to see how this all shakes out. People love that aspect of the wrestling business.
Now, you grew up a fan of pro wrestling. I understand you were a big tape trader, right?
Yeah.
Maybe we changed tapes.
Maybe it's possible. Did you were you an online wrestling fan tape trader?
Oh, big time.
Yeah, that's great.
Drove my parents crazy.
That's great. I had a big collection myself, and I was online through the 90s, and it's great to be able to have these hardcore fans come to us in AEW and appreciate the kind of shows we've been doing. Like this week, Wednesday Night Dynamite, again, one of our best shows, and going into Revolution, which people are really excited about. I think it will be one of our biggest events, and coming off last year, setting the world attendance record in wrestling.
What would you say your biggest influence is when it comes to booking wrestling?
The fans. Trying to listen to the feedback and try and listen to what's clicking with the show, about the fans, what's working, and what they want to see more of. And I think the fans have the best input.
And then, are you willing to pivot if the fans say go this direction or go that direction?
Yeah, I have many times changed direction because of the way the fan feedback was suggesting what they want to see. So I do think the fans provide the most valuable feedback of all.
Right. Now, when it comes to pro wrestling business, the news, some positive, some negative, in the business as a whole. Now, does the Vince McMahon lawsuit, does it affect your business at all?
I can't comment on the terrible allegations against WWE.
Right. But I mean, I know it has something to do with you guys, but when there's a black mark on the industry, how do you guys combat that? Or do you have to?
I can't comment on the terrible allegations against WWE.
Right. Now, what makes you love pro wrestling?
I love pro wrestling so much. It's my favorite. It's my favorite medium. I grew up loving it, and it's clicked with me. I love that it's a sport that has so much behind it, character, story, and personalities, and that are merit-based. And the biggest stars in wrestling are the people that click with the fans and earn these positions. And there's nothing like a big wrestling match and a big wrestling rivalry. So I love it, and I've just been drawn to it for so much of my life.
And where do you see AEW in 5 years?
I hope we can continue to grow. We're coming up on our 5-year anniversary of our very first show right here in Las Vegas, the original Double or Nothing in 2019. And I think in 5 years we'll be coming up on that 10-year anniversary. And I think as we approach our 10-year anniversary, we can hopefully continue to grow, expand. Last year we had our debut in England, which was a record-setting show with over 81,000 tickets sold at Wembley Stadium. And I hope we can continue to grow, hit milestones, and make fans all over the world really happy about pro wrestling.
Tony Khan, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.